Welcome! Today I'm going to be teaching you the basics of tea, so tea 101 if you will. One of the first things you should know is how did tea come about? So many years ago, when tea was still being traveled and carried over mountains from China over into Great Britain area, the cost was very high. So most people were not able to enjoy tea. In fact, the majority of people who were able to afford it were primarily royals. So it did start with the royals. There was a wonderful, I believe she was a duchess. Her name escapes me at the moment, but basically lunch was served, in the midday, and you had to wait all the way till about 8 o'clock before dinner was served, and dinner was a very large affair. People would come to the house, and it was quite the social moment, even if it was just the family. Everyone was dressed and ready for dinner, and because it was such a formal experience, the preparations that went into, again, just pushed it further into the evening. So we had this duchess, or royal, who was unable to wait for dinner. And so she began sending her handmaiden, or her lady-in-waiting, or whatever they call those, down to the kitchen. And her lady would sneak up little finger foods and little finger sandwiches and bring those to her, and, along with tea. And that was done around 3-4 o'clock, and it would help get her through to the evening dinner time. She began inviting, when she would have guests to the house, they would also get ready with her and then get to enjoy tea. And so it became, the ladies would do that, not the men. It became customary for her, and it became a huge trend. So she was the trendsetter. She started this activity of taking tea and enjoying tea in the afternoons to get you through to the evening dinners. And that's kind of how tea time came about. It began spreading and became very popular in what it is today. So just some basics about what tea is. So all tea comes from one bush. The Latin term for this bush is Camellia sinensis, and I may have butchered that, but that's close to what it is. But I was always very surprised when I learned that it's just one tea, or one bush. Within this bush, there are the leaves, there are the little branches and twigs, and there are buds. Black tea, which is our most common tea here in the States, is the leaves, as is green tea. But then white teas, those are a little different. Those are going to be those buds. So I'm going to explain just a little bit about each of those, and also how to steep those. We have several different styles of tea, including a Tisane and a Rooibos. So the next training is actually going to be about that.